Welcome to Korath Health. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right? Intimacy, affection, timing, but wonder why sometimes it doesn't land as deeply as you hoped? What if one subtle change could elevate your connection, intensify pleasure, and help you truly tune in like never before? The fascinating part: this shift is simple, backed by real feedback from men who've made it, and it completely transformed their ability to connect emotionally and physically. I'm Margaret, and today I'll guide you through exactly what that change is, why it works, and how to make it yours. But before we dive in, if this feels meaningful, please like, subscribe, and comment on what it reminds you of. Your support helps Korath Health bring more scientifically grounded, heart-led guidance. Here's the transformation. Stop rushing into sex. Start with sensory priming as an intentional prelude to intimacy. What's sensory priming? Instead of diving straight into intercourse or focused stimulation, spend 3 to 5 minutes on slow, receptive, non-goal-oriented touch. Touch that awakens awareness without agenda. Hundreds of men we've worked with report that this one shift not only made them better lovers, it made intimacy more relaxed, responsive, and mindfully connected. And yes, they shared feedback like, it just felt different, like she felt seen. So why does it work? Because sensory priming does 3 powerful things. It lowers tension, increases physiological readiness, and builds emotional attunement. Let's unpack each. First, lower tension. When we rush into arousal, adrenaline surges and stress hormones can spike, especially if we're anxious about performance or expectations. Sensory priming, gentle caressing of arms, hair, the nape, activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the natural rest and connect response. Studies show slow, mindful touch releases oxytocin and reduces cortisol, helping both partners settle into presence. That calmness makes all the difference. Practically, it looks like this. Set a timer for 3 minutes. Begin with palm to back of neck strokes, kneading the shoulders, lightly brushing the arms, just enough to wake up nerve endings, not to stimulate. Second, heightened physiological readiness. Slow, varied touch warms up the skin and increases circulation to erogenous zones gently. Rather than abrupt, direct stimulation, soft strokes across ribs, inner arms, the insides of thighs build a rising tide of arousal without overwhelming the nervous system. Think of it like warming up muscles before a workout. Without the warm-up, movement felt rough. With sensory priming, every touch feels rounded, every sensation amplified and alive. Third, deeper emotional attunement. Sensory priming invites both partners to tune in. You'll notice her breath shifts, her pulse under your fingers, maybe her eyes soften. You learn her rhythms, her micro-signals of presence, desire, comfort. That sensitivity is what makes a partner feel seen, and that emotional intimacy spins into physical passion. Men describe it like falling into an easy, integrated flow, a far cry from their previous mechanical rhythms. Now, you might ask, but don't we already do foreplay? Yes, and this is foreplay, but reimagined. It's first intentionally, not a warm-up after performance anxiety kicks in. Men say before this, they'd slip into sex quickly, then wonder why things felt flat. With sensory priming, they slowed the ignition, but everything afterwards fired higher. Here's a simple routine you can try tonight. Set the mood, soft lighting, calm music, full presence. Invite her into connection. Let's just feel each other for a few minutes. For 3 to 5 minutes, explore her front, sides, and back. Try these variations. Palm strokes on ribs, gentle sweep on inner arm, light brush across thigh. Pause where you feel connection. Let your hand linger. Observe how her body responds. Breath deepens, eyelids flutter, a sigh. Only then, when the connection is embodied, gently broaden to higher arousal zones or proceed into lovemaking. Throughout, stay attuned. Slow down if she tenses, or follow her inhalations where she softens. Men who've done this report these exact shifts. More enthusiastic responses from partners, more variety in arousal patterns, less performance anxiety, more emotional closeness. One man shared, "It was like I unlocked a switch. Everything got more alive, and I felt like I could actually tune into her rhythm instead of chasing peaks." What does science say? Well-being research shows that mindfulness and non-demand touch encourages interpersonal synchrony, heart rate alignment, breath matching, hormonal attunement that breeds intense bonding. Neurobiologically, the more receptive your partner's state, the more their autonomic nervous system welcomes stimulation. It's not hype, it's physiology. So, is it just about touch? Number. It's about presence, intention, and slowing down with purpose. It's a shift from taking to inviting, from goal to exploration. And while it's sensual and sexy, it's also profoundly emotional. Let's wrap up. The one change that made hundreds of men better lovers was this simple reframe. Start with sensory priming, not stimulation. Let slow touch lead you into connection. It soothes, it attunes, it amplifies what comes next. If you're ready to experience intimacy differently, try this tonight. Set aside 5 minutes, follow the routine, and notice how your partner responds. Then come back here and tell us in the comments how it felt. Or if you're curious about expanding this to breath synchrony, vocal attunement, or partner-led priming, let me know and I can guide you next. And as always, if anything feels uncomfortable or overwhelming, it's okay to pause and recalibrate, or even seek personalized guidance from a qualified therapist or relationship counselor. Every relationship is a learning journey, and few talents matter more than the ability to slow down and feel. If this tip resonated, please like, share, and subscribe to Korath Health. Thank you for being part of this thoughtful, heart-led community. Stay present, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next Korath Health video.